has entered the shallow walls of the Hall of Shame this week? Who has been crowned the captain of coonery this week? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Wankster of the Week. Wankster of the Week goes to none other, and unsurprisingly, to the internet's biggest troll, Azealia, we don't know about your music, Banks. Now, Azealia, I'm gonna give myself a cool drop real quick for that one. Azealia is getting the Wankster this week because of the fact that she got into a Twitter argument with fellow rapper Wale in regards to interracial dating. And then they got into black consciousness, or attempted to at the very least. But nonetheless, I'm gonna give you the preview of this. So basically what had happened was, Azealia was on her troll duty on the interwebs as usual. And then someone, commented about what she was posting about and what have you. And she's basically talking about how in her eyes, she feels that black men don't respect black women. So one of her followers, or whomever decided to chime in and basically said his point, and he said this, and I quote, "At Azealia Banks, maybe you're around the wrong black men, ? LOL, I know a lot of black men who would support, love, and protect you." Well, if you know those men, please send her way, because that sounds like fiction. Like, we have a better chance of getting Captain America to don his shield than that happening. But nonetheless, I digress. Azealia responded back to this person, and she said the following, and I quote, "They would, but they don't. Even when my suffering is public, no one steps out to protect me." And then Wale decided to chime in, him being very active on social media. And this is what Wale said, and I quote, "At Azealia Banks, we are all terrified of you. Public embarrassment is a real fear. You probably have thousands of people scared to say anything to you." And ladies and gentlemen, when Wale said that, the floodgates of hell widened tenfold like the Grand Canyon, okay? This woman went in on Wale for no reason. This woman started going in and about how Wale doesn't respect black women, how Wale is part of the problem, how whenever she decides to stand her ground on social media, that no black man is willing to defend her and what have you. She's basically making her out sound like the victim in all of this. So then Wale, Wale is pretty polite actually. He decided to say, no, people aren't going at you because of your blackness or about how strong you are. They're going at you because of the fact that you make the wrong points. You always say stuff that is inarticulate. You say things that are inaccurate, and you're always saying things that are gonna rub people the wrong way, is basically what he was saying. Now, I'm not gonna give you the entire transcript of what he said, because it's a long transcript. So if you wanna know more about it, y'all can hit up my fan page, Cool Radio on Facebook, and read the whole article. But basically, Azealia was making an ass out of herself. And of course, she was using race as her backdrop. And one of the things that she said, or two things rather that she said that she hopes Wale gets locked up in jail and gets booty raped, basically. And then she also said how, she would never disrespect her black brothers, but she's now saying that she would rather just seek the attention of a white man in spite of black men not giving her attention. Okay, now that was a mouthful, so prepare for my mouthful. Azealia Banks, you still prove that you are the internet's biggest troll, and you are still proving that you are using race to use as a backdrop to try and get people on your side. But what you don't realize is that you are an opportunist when it comes to the topic of race. Let us not forget that she was going in on Iggy Azalea about how she's culture appropriating and how she's using rap to cater to the white masses or what have you, and white media in general. Yet less than a month later, you, Azealia Banks, you go and pose nude for Playboy, which is predominantly a white media outlet that is predominantly, subscribed by white men over the age of 40. So again, you're using things to your own advantage when they best benefit your narrative. On top of that, people don't want to deal with you because at the end of the day, you burn bridges. How many times have you burned bridges with people like Kendrick Lamar, Lupe Fiasco, Erykah Badu, the queen of black consciousness? You're going to burn bridges with her of all people? No, you don't do that. You don't do that. And at the end of the day, you're supposed to make music and have people recognize you for your music. But at the end of the day, people recognize you for acting out, just acting out in general, acting wild, acting crazy. You're basically a hood rat with a microphone at this point. And that's why people don't want to take you seriously. I don't know what type of management team that you have, but if you have a management team, they need to be fired. Either your management team needs to be fired, you are your management team, or you and Chris Brown have the same management team. It's all up in the air right now. Fact of the matter is this: do not use race as your backdrop. And as far as interracial dating is concerned, there is nothing wrong with interracial dating. You can date whomever you choose to. Just because you're a black woman doesn't give you the right to reserve black men for your own privilege. And the same thing goes for black men as well. Just because you're a black man doesn't mean that you own the rights to a black woman. You, in a North American society, have the right to date whomever you want. If you're a black man, you want to date an Asian woman, so be it. If you're a white man, you want to date a Latino woman, so be it. If you're a black woman, you want to date an Indian man, so be it. At the end of the day, we live in North America, one of the biggest, if not the biggest diaspora in the world, where cultures are going to mingle and they're going to collide. So if it is your decision to date whoever you want to date, so be it. Even if you do it for an ignorant reason, that reason is your own. Just know that you have to face your own inner demons when it comes to that decision. But nonetheless, I said enough. Azealia Banks, you are getting the Wankster of the week, and you are wholeheartedly deserving this Wankster, and I hope to never give you the Wankster again because you're just hogging up the spotlight for all the other Wanksters. So with that being said, do you deserve this Wankster? Of course you do. And we're going to drop on you one more time, just like this. Woo!